What's up, Irons? So we're about ready to get going here. Go over the standings here real fast. We are at Netherlands tonight, normal race. So regular qualifying, 50% race. We are going. So let's see where we're at for standings wise. So right now, MK Hitch has a pretty good lead here, 93 points over Bullet 78. Holder down in third with 55, and then Bedhead in fourth with 53. So, and then Mole Dragon round up top 5 with 49. Is extra shot with Janips in for 5th and 6th. So, not too bad. Constructors points, we have Alpine leading with 97 points. Haas in second with 96, Alfa Romeo third with 89, and Ferrari fourth with 88. Hopefully Irons can keep her that way, see what happens, see if we can keep her going. Joint constructors, Haas is leading with 289, Red Bull second with 271, Ferrari third with 258. Tonight we have lined up so lineup is as follows. We have Molder Dragon and Flares and Aston, J-Turn and Bedhead and Mercedes, Holder Down and Dale and Haas, MK Hitch and Dragon and Alpine, Bullet and Mikey Hunter and Ferrari, Siegfried and Alfa Romeo, Shady and Cloaking and Alfa Romeo, Williams has Pedersen and Bum, and McLaren has Printed Planet and J Nips. So, we turn everything on here real quick. Broadcast view, fastest lap, tire, we really don't want to see. I don't care about the tire because everybody's running soft. Telemetry's on, it's all on. So, basically the way I do things is I'll run a lap with on someone, and then who's the first one in queue? We have a Red Bull, so it's going to be Iron. And then kind of go from there. So we'll kind of do an onboard lap just so that way we can see the track, and go from there. So leading the herd, so to speak, is Iron Boogs. So we'll just kind of on board with him and to see how what a lap of Zambort looks like. I believe it is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 corners, I think, or 14. Shortest lap on the calendar, so it'll be pretty interesting to see. So we'll take a ride on board here. So here's the texture point coming into the last turn, around the turn. For finding everyone to get as much speed out of here as you can. DRS open. Hopefully get up 8th gear by the end into turn 1. Then pick your braking point down into 3rd. Some people use 2nd just to make the turn, then quick upshift to 3rd. Go through turn 1 and 2, or sorry, 2 and then 3, and then take as late of a brake as you dare into turn 4. Some people hug the inside, some people ride the outside, and then we got coming up on turn 5, 6, and 7 up here. Flat out through this section here, so up to the crest of turn 5, then down the hill turn 6, 25-1 for sector 1, going all the way through, turn down to shift to 6, then down shift quick to 5th for this fast right, and then he spins. So we are going to pick up another guy here. So cloaking through the next turn, 3rd gear. Go as wide as you can to open up the next turn. Down to 3rd again. 2nd DRS zone opening up. Wide open, and then down to the braking zone. At the end of this, for turn 11 and 12. Brake all the way down to 3rd. Some people use 2nd gear to make this 2nd turn. And then wide open down to the next turn. Should be about the 50, 75 to 50 brake meter braking board. And then wide open flat out for the final 2 turns. So let's see what the time to beat is for a cloaking train. So cloaking train has a 1:13.4 is the time to beat. And then his teammate, Shady, is a 1:11.5, so that's what everybody's shooting for. We should have Do It For Dale's next, so we'll just go down here. Do It For Dale coming down to finish the lap is going to be a 1:14.0, so he is P3. Ferrari next of Bullet coming around to finish at a 1:31.3, so we had a slow time Durand War 114.7. So crossplay is enabled, so we do have some people on different platformers on here. So Tech Dragon coming to finish the lap. He has a 114.7, so it's P3. So we have Freebird 114.1, and then Seek and Destroy 113.9. So not too bad there. We have Mercedes coming up as a J turn. No, they're starting the lap. We have Aston Martin coming up to us. Looks like to finish lap Moldy at 111.8. Mikey coming around to finish the lap here at a 113.0. Then we have a spin, so looks like we have a guy around. Looks like Bum maybe. Yeah, Bum is out, so Bum retired coming through the last turn. Then looks like Pitterson is a 115.9. Bedhead, I think, is the next one. He is coming in. So it looks like he invalidated his last lap and lost a wing. So we have both AlphaTauris. So we have another. So it looks like Culking is finishing a lap or starting another lap. So he's going. Holder down, starting a lap. Looks like Bullet is coming around to finish his lap. So let's see what time for his first actual time lap is a 1:13.8. So pretty good lap time for him. We have looks like Kit's coming around to finish the lap. He is a 1:11.9. So P4 currently. The holder down is on a quality ban, so the only thing he's allowed to do is set an out lap to get a setup in and set park firme, and then he cannot actually complete a lap. So he is off. So we have Seek and Freebird on another lap. We have Moldy Dragon coming in probably. Mikey's coming around to probably come in the pits. He's 4 seconds down. Yep. J-Nips is coming on in. So we have a Williams. So the Pitterson is up to 113.1, and then looks like Boogs is starting a flying lap. So let's see, which Ferrari is that? Ferrari, he's coming down this way. So it looks like Bullet, is he going another flying lap, or is he just running wing open, trying to get back to the pits faster? Let's see where he's at coming around the final 2 turns. Looks like ERS is not. ERS is recharging, so he's probably going to the pits. Yep, he is going in. So the next one would be Hitch, and he is not in a flying lap. He's probably going in the pits as well. So let's see. Freebird coming around. He looks like he is on a in lap. Seek is on an in lap. Looks like we have a lull in the action right this second. So we're going to Iron Boog, so he's the next one to finish the lap. Going on the final 2 turns. Let's see what he does down the last straight.
No.
And then 112.3, so P5 currently on the board. We have a Williams coming up here, so Pitterson is coming in. We have an Aston Martin coming around to start a lap, so I'm only starting a lap. And we have Shady coming around to, looks like he is coming around to start a lap, so he's on an out lap. Bedhead is on an out lap as well, so Bedhead's starting a lap, and then Shady's starting a lap. So who's the next one we have here? Lap. Trying to find someone who's actually on a lap. That's the next one coming here. Like we're right on board with Moldy. Iron Boog's retired, so he spun and he is out. So the best he will be is P5. So we're right on board with Moldy, see what he can do with this. Can he improve his lap time? His Dread War is not on a flying lap, so the Moldy would technically be the next one. As a purple sector 2, he's 2/10 up on his fastest lap. So he's still not quite there, still 10th off Shady with the way that sits right now. Can he improve on his lap time? I'm going to open the DRS. And he will have a 1:11.561, so he is P1 by 300ths of a second. What will Bedhead get? Bedhead knocked Moldy off pole here. Probably 112.2, so he is P5. Hitch is starting a lap. Shady is 111.3, so he knocks Moldy back out. Looks like Mikey is starting a lap. Cloaking is starting a lap. We have check Draken. Nope, that's Hitch. They're starting a lap. We have so we have. He's on that lap. J-Nips is at 1:11.7 is his fast lap, so he just got to P3. Who do we have on a lap here? We'll go down to Freebird. He's starting a lap. We have Bullet is probably starting a lap. Red Bull coming up, so Adrenaline War. Let's see, can he improve on his lap time? He's in. So next one would be C. Improve his time. Let's take that out and improve his time. Hitch goes to P1 with 1:11.1. Let's see what the two McLarens can do. Printed is coming up first, so we'll go with him. Printed coming down the main straight. He moves him up to, he's 1:13.5, so P10. Freebird is next. 1:13.3, so he's P9. Bullet is next. 1:12.7, so P8. Then we have J turn 1:14.9 still. So what's he got up his sleeve? We're on the last turn. 2/10 up on his time. So the way it sits through sector 2, he will not improve any, but this is the sector that counts. And he will be 1:13.5, so he does not improve, but he is within 0.08 of a second of the guy in front of him. Draken is coming around. Is he enough juice to finish the lap, or is he pitting? So DRS open for Drac, but he's going in the pits, so he did not go. So Mikey's in. So we have a stack with the pits now. Flares on an L lap. We have Hitch on a in lap. So who do we have out here still? Freebird looks like he is he on a flying lap? No. Do It For Dale is on a hot lap. No, he's on an out lap. Yeah. 6 minutes. So J Churn is also on a flying lap, so let's see what he can do. He's gonna be slow. Yeah, so he improved slightly, but not enough. So Adrenaline War, let's see what he can do coming through here. So he was on a charge lap, so he's flying again. Seek and Destroy, can he improve one? Nope, same lap. Last one was the best. We're gonna go into the pits. So J Turn retired from session. So Flares is next. So the fill-in Aston Martin for this race. See what he can do for a run, and then we'll jump up to Do It For Dale. See what he's at. So coming around the last turn. Speed in the 1:13s, 1:14.3, so he's P16. Then Do It For Dale. Do It For Dale coming on the last turn. So he's probably at the 1:13s, maybe. 1:13.5, so half a second faster. P14. We have a lot of cars grouped in that 1:13.3 to 1:13.5 range. Adrenaline War, he's half a second up on his time through sector 2. He's going to be out of ERS here, so hopefully he's enough to finish the lap. 1:14.0, so he moves up to P16. Seek is down, so he's probably going to the pits. That's going to be Cloaking is on an out lap. Old is on an out lap. So yeah, Cloaking's on an out lap. We have Flag coming around. He's 9/10 up on his lap, so it looks like he went straight into a second flying lap. So can he improve? If he's 9 tenths up, it's going to put him right around the P10 range. 113.2, so P10. So he's got a gap between them there. Cloak's starting. Do for Dale. Is he finishing another lap or is he going in? We have Duran War, and then we have Moldy on and out lap, and then Shady looks like he is on a lap. So let's check and see. I think Do It For Dale is. Nah, I don't think he's finishing this lap. No, he's slow. Okay, so Shady is coming down the back straight now. Purple sector 2 looks like. So can he get enough time to get past Hitch? We have 3 minutes 42 seconds left. So this track, as long as you're back on the track by 1.5 minutes, you have enough time to get around if you're pushing it. So Shady's at a 111, 165, so that puts him P1 by 300ths of a second. So we have Bullet flying on a lap. Pedersen is starting a lap. We have Molded Dragon coming to finish one, maybe. No, he doesn't. Freebird's coming around to finish a lap. No, start a lap. Cloaking Train's coming around to finish a lap. So we'll see what he's got. Down through the right-hander, the next right-hander. See. DRS open. So can he improve 113.2, so up a 10.5, so he's P11. We have Printed starting a lap. We have Bullet. Mikey is not doing anything there, so half a second faster, so he's P7. We're coming to finish the lap here. No, a flying lap. Logan Train is up on his time a little bit. All these on a flying lap, 113.7. Seek, it's Freebird again. He's up 10th on his time, so let's see if he can improve. 10th will put him on P11, maybe P10, depending on how much of that 10th he's got. So he's lost some there. Dragon is on a flying. Credit is on a lap. He might be. No, I don't think he's on a flying lap, is he? So the DRS is open. So half a second puts him up to P9. Good job there by him. That Bedhead starting a lap. Do for Dale starting a lap. Cloak starting a lap. We have Bullet. Mikey. Charge came back starting a lap. Turn War is the next one. Puts him up to. Doesn't gain any spots, but gains a bunch of time. Bullet is going to be the next one. Slow is in recharge, so there's another flying lap. Distance going in. Yeah, spin back there was that Moldy. There's just slow through there, there's wing damage. Freebird is next. He's coming around, he's slow. Draken coming through here. Draken's going on to finish lap. Can he improve? He's quite a bit of time and improves his time, not position. So next one is going to be Hitch. Hitch is going on to finish his lap. He's a 10th to get pole. No, that was a recharge, so he's going to do a flying lap now. So he needs a 10th to gain position. Bedhead is a 1. Number 9 does not gain position, gains time on track. Do for Dale 113.2, so he gains positions. So JNEP's 111.7, so gains time but not position. So that is end of session, so let's see who's left. And War's a half a second up almost, so can he move up to potentially P15? 113 Thor. Next we have Bullet. Can he gain position? One of the pits. He must not have been up. He's up. JNEP's Printed is coming around the final turn. He's done. MK Hitch. He's up 1 point, or a tenth and a half, going through sector 2, purple sector 2. Jack retired on the last turn. And the only other person we have is Bedhead and J-Nips, looks like. So Hitch is coming around the final turn, DRS open. He's gonna get a tenth to get past them. 111.0, so that's not bad there. Put some P1. Bedhead did not improve, so he called it. Can J-Nips improve to get potentially P3 or maybe first row of the grid? Did not improve. So that is everybody. So MK Hitch P1, Shady P2, and Moldy Dragon P3. Half second separate the top 3, and then we have a stretch of cars from P9 to P16 that are all within 0.8 of a second of each other. So that'll be interesting to watch during the race. There's 36 laps. Don't know what the weather situation is yet, so we'll see what happens. So what's everybody's predictions while we're waiting for this race to start? Who do you think's going to get the win? And who do you think your opponent is going to be? We do have a 3-minute timer on the grid from whenever it gets here, so this should be ending pretty quick. But I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm thinking like a bedhead win probably. I think he's gonna get it. I'm gonna guess, but it's just a hunch. But we'll see what happens, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, and see, the top 5 is always good. That's my goal whenever I do races, to get top 5. My goal is always, points in general, but I like to get top 5 just because, just the way my pace is here lately, especially. It's, if I get top 5, I'm happy with it. Alright, so the timer started. So let's see what happens here. This race does go by pretty quick because it is a short lap, so hopefully this is not too terrible. For all you guys watching this race, will be up on YouTube afterwards. I'll put the link in the Discord for the YouTube link once it's uploaded. That way you can watch it and not have trouble trying to find it on Twitch. Alright, so spectator view. So when I do the starts, I always do interval. Detail is position change. And we leave track back on. And hide the stuff. So we'll leave the position change on there for the first couple laps anyways. Until we get in a steady rhythm. Looks like Flair's lost connection since we started it, and he was in here. We should be able to join back in, no problem. So yeah, it's 36 laps. Be a long race. A couple new guys in here. So Grand War is new, I think. J-Turn's new. Yeah, a lot of new guys in this one. So there's expected race strategy 1 stop for medium to hards. You might be able to, if you can stretch the softs long enough, you might do soft to hards maybe, or soft to mediums, depending on how long you get the softs to last. So we will do a quick tire check to see what everybody's on first quick. So it looks like we have most people on mediums, Hitch is on hards, Janup's on hards, Bedhead's on hards, Dale Freebird's on hards, Holder Down's on hards, and Cloaker Train's on softs. So he's hoping for early safety car, looks like. So that's always something good to shoot for, in my opinion, just because you don't know what's going to happen, especially with a full grid, especially here. There could be a safety car turn 1, or first lap or whatever. So if that's the case, you do that and put hards on the rest of the race and not have to pit again. But just hards, I feel, are just kind of rough on a full load of fuel, so I'm not a fan of starting on them. So as everybody lines up here, so with this, with the immersive formation lap, I don't think they fixed it yet. If you miss your stop, it will reset your tires to cold. So you always want to make sure you get your tires good. We have some guys, wow, look at the stops. Draken is way out of the box. It's interesting to see what he's just shooting for straight up the middle, hey? So the round 7 of the DNCRL Monday night basically is about to get underway here. We are at the Dutch Grand Prix. And Pedersen jumped, but it's lights out and away we go. And we have a spin in the back area. Looks like J-Turn spun and caused some collisions in the back, but Hitch got away really good, got a good lead. Shady second, Wooly P3, J-Nups P4, Mikey up to P5. Bedhead lost a couple spots in the start there, so we got some drops there, but nothing too crazy. So people taking different lines through the turn 3. We have a couple of guys losing positions. Bedhead lost some. Iron back up to his spot. So Pedersen's going to do a drive-through for jumping the start. Fortunate for him. But Hitch has already got a 3/10 of a second lead here. We have a crash. Seek and Cloak and crash through the first sector. We have a VSC. So, I think Duran War got caught up in that and sort of Freebird. And I don't think that Pedersen can do his drive-through. It's a full course safety car now. I don't think Pedersen can do his drive-through under safety car conditions. So, what could these guys do? If you think hards can go the way, maybe if you're on mediums, put hards on, or maybe do a double stop, put the hard if you're on the hards now, stop for mediums and jump back up on the hards. But that means you're doing 36 laps on hards, 35. So it's interesting to see what people do here. Just kind of take a gainer down the field, see if anybody's going to stop. Figure probably not right now, just because lap 1 holder down's going in until he got damage. So we have holder down and Duran War in. I'm sure Duran War got damaged. So I think he was caught up in that. So holder down is putting the meat is coming in. And War is putting on softs and a wing. Holder down's putting on softs and a wing. So I wonder what these guys are gonna do for strategy. Maybe on the softs as long as they can, then put the hards back on. Be a good strategy there, because you can do about 10 laps I feel on softs and get decent yet. So that won't be too bad of a strategy in my opinion. So we are going to see what we got here. So I will be back here in a couple minutes once we get this race back underway. So safety car is in this lap, so we'll see what we can do on this restart here. Can Hitch get a good start, or is he going to get swallowed up with the cars behind? So let's see what Hitch can do on this restart. When is he going to take off? I think he does like to take off somewhat early. So we'll see what happens there. And so Hitch is backing them all up right now. Safety car's in the pits, and looks like Hitch is out. So let's see if Hitch can see how long he can extend those hards. Moldy is trying to get out of the line, try to break the slipstream of the guys behind. Janup's looking to the inside of Moldy Dragon. Makes a dive into turn 1, but does not make anything happen. Looks like Mikey going around the outside. Nice pass by Mikey. See if he can keep it. Janup's just trying to stay right there with him, see what happens into turn 2 and 3. Mikey goes around the outside and is up to P4. Nothing else happened in the back. We have Printed Spawn into turn 2, so he is down a couple spots. Looks like Flares also got collected, potentially, and you got to break away from those guys up front. So, See, looks like Iron is trying to make a move on the back of Peterson in the Red Bull, chasing down the Williams. He's already up to a half-second lead on Shady. Hitch is trying to get that 1 second, all-important 1 second gap to the cars behind. Try to make sure he does not fall into the traps of DRS. So Flyers is 2 seconds back now. Looks like we had some yellows back here. Looks like we have a Iron spun in the left-hander for the DRS zone. So he is going to drop some spots. Some battles for position in the back. Looks like Freebird trying to go around the outside of Do It For Dale. Or no, Holderdown's trying to go on the outside of Freebird. Sorry, I'm backwards on that. So Holderdown making up a spot up to P13 from that restart. Looks like J-Turn was trying to make a look, but makes nothing happen there. Hitch fastest lap of the race. We'll jump up here to Eat the Bullet, trying to see if he can make a move on Bedhead. Nothing happening yet. Looks like Holderdown moves up a spot. Do It For Dale pits. Peterson's also got to do a drive-through penalty, I believe, on this within 3 laps. So Byron Boog's 5-second penalty for speeding up pit lane, so that's a tough break for him. But we're watching this battle here between Eat the Bull and Bedhead right now. Looks like J-Turn's getting close to the back of Freebird too. Just a couple different battles close to the back of the field. So we'll just kind of watch between the 3 of these. So Bedhead is also close to Peterson, so we have a battle also for P10 last points paying position. Bum and Teg Draken right now. Alright, nice. So Dragon trying to hold off Bum right now. Looks like Bedhead trying to make a move on Peterson. And then Bullet's also right there. The top 3 also within DRS of each other, so Hitch trying to hold them off right now. Alright, bad part is this DRS, this main straight is not really long enough for DRS to make anything happen unless you're like right on him. Peterson going to do his drive-through. And that puts Bedhead and Bullet up a spot right now. Peterson will probably drop to their tail. I don't know. He might get ahead of the Red Bull. Maybe. No, he won't. So Bullet's still trying to catch the back of Bedhead. But also close to the Red Bull back there. So we got a lot of close battles. Hold it on up to P11 already with those softs. Let's see how far up he can make it still with these. Bum and Draken trying to make some battles going on there. Bum goes by. I think Draken kind of lets him go there a little bit. Hold her down to the back of Draken. See if Holderdown can make a move maybe to the inside of this next turn. Thinking about it, but not doing anything. Coming up to the DRS zone here. Holderdown is thinking about trying to make a setup here. Maybe we can get something on the DRS zone. Opens up the turn nice and well, then tries to do a switch back. Nope, stays to the other side. It looks like Bum spun it through that turn, so that's kind of a tough break for him. And the worst part is Draken got DRS off him, so Holderdown's going to have to make a dive if he's going to try to make something happen, and he does not. So we also have a collision. J-Turn spun, and Bum has a 5-second penalty for collision with J-Turn. Was that a potential unsafe release on that one? That may be, but this is going to open up a can of worms for those guys on the softs. So we have Bullet and Flares. Could potentially, maybe these guys going to hards. Some guys, yep, hards for Bullet. Holderdown coming in. Flares putting the hards on. Freebird's on the hards already. So what is he going to do? Maybe mediums, longer than mediums, potentially. Grange or Jam Wars going to put another set of softs on. Pistons in. Making a stop, putting on softs. Freebird has put mediums on. Like I said, that's a long stint for mediums, but see what happens. Yeah, so we have a mixed tire strategy in the back. And this race will probably go back green with 10 laps in. So, the guys that run the mediums, you know, that's not too terrible of a stint for hards. So they could be in perfect position here. So Bullet and Flares right now. So it just depends on if their pace is on the hards. I get these tires up to temp during these couple safety car laps to see if they can do something. So I'll be back in a couple minutes once this safety car restart happens. So Shady and Draken coming to put hards on. Looks like they're thinking to try to go to the end of the race with these if there's no safety cars. 16 cars left running in this. Looks like Dream War got out ahead of us in. So yep, he gets that spot. So we'll see. I know Draken hates the hards. Bum retired. So Bum crashed out there. Interesting. So we'll see how Drac does the hards this time. See what happens. Safety car's in, so let's see how this restart is. Hitch has not taken off yet, so he's trying to see if he can catch Moldy off guard. So, and Hitch is gone now. Moldy Dragon was not sleeping too much on that start. He did lose about a 10th, but he's staying right there. Mikey's up to P3, James P4. Looks like Bullet's trying to make a move to the inside of Printed Planet, so Bullet gets up a spot up to P6. So he does get a spot on the restart. We have position swaps back there. Draken losing a couple spots on the restart. Side by side in the back of the field. So Peterson spun and collected, I think. No, didn't no damage on those guys. Draken didn't get no damage either, so we're good to go. I think Dragon Warden might have hit him a little bit, but he is safe still. So Mikey, so it's Hitch, Dragon, and Hunter right now, top 3. Let's see here, moving down the field. JNS P4, Bedhead P5. Bullet P6, Printed staying steady in P7, Flare P8. So do it for Dale on the soft. So it looks like Flare spun. I think Dale might have got a little bit of damage from it, but I think he's okay. Oh, we have a crash. So Shady and Jerem War crashed in the back. So I wonder if that was to try to avoid. Yeah, there's some flares. I think might have had unsafe rejoin on that one because that happened right about where he was. So we have another safety car. So down to 13 remain. So, Moldy Dragon's coming in the pits now. No speeding, that's good. Mikey's in. Bullet's in. No, Bullet did not come in. Yeah. So, Moldy's in, put hards on. Freebird's in. Nope, Mikey's in to put hards on. Bedhead put mediums on. So, we got hards on for Dale. His original hards on. Dragon put mediums on, 7 lap all mediums, so those aren't going to last long. Put us in on the hards, and Flare changing the wing, has a penalty to the 7, and putting probably the softs on. So a lot of tires used already in this. I'm really interested. So, let's see what happens on this one. So we'll probably restart on lap 12, so I will be back once the field catches up and we'll go back to restart. Yes, Fraley safety car is definitely driver of the day on this one. But we are going for a safety car restart here. Let's see if Hitch can do another good safety car restart. JNF's P3, JNF's P2, Bullet P3, Holder down P4. Freebird is up to P5, Moldy Dragon P6, so that's top 6. Let's see what happens, and looks like Hitch has not restarted yet. Let's see when he can make the decision to go. And it looks like Hitch is taking off, and Janus definitely was not sleeping on that restart. They just staying right at 3/10 of a second. Trying to get in the slipstream. Is he going to make a dive? No, he's not. Holder down thought about making a dive as well. Nothing happening there. Moldy makes a dive to the inside of Freebird. We can Moldy make a stick. Nothing happening yet. Looks like Mikey's trying to stay with him. Freebird has the longer line, faster line, and he is staying, keeping a spot. It looks like Do It For Dale spun in turn 1, so he is down positions. Moldy Dragon looking trying to make up a spot. Looks like Holder down and got a better exit off that turn. See if he can make a move past Eat the Bullet around this next couple turns. Can you set him up? Nothing crazy happening yet. Looks like Hitch is up to it 8/10 of a second, almost a second lead on Janus already. So he is definitely making a gap on these guys back here. Hold on, trying to see if he can make a move on Bullet. Still nothing happening. Looks like Bedhead also staying right on the back of Hunter, trying to go on the outside, see if he can make him run down this straight. Nothing happening yet. And nothing crazy yet. So Moldy Giant looking to the inside of Freebird, nothing happening there either. So just kind of all running the line. This looks like Freebird trying to block the racing line right now. Moldy trying to make a pass down the main straight here. This would be where it's going to be hard to just defend. Pitterson crashed through sector. It is another safety car. We are down to 12 cars remaining. So now that we're down and getting close, to get points, you must finish at least 50% of the race to get half points. So that means you must finish 18 laps to start lap 19 to get points if it becomes that point. But who knows what's going to happen here at this point in time. Just kind of have to see what happens. I definitely don't think you have to worry about pitting under green at this point because all the safety cars that have happened so far. So we'll see what can happen here. Is anybody going to come in the pits under this safety car? I mean, if you're going to do it, I would do it and get it over with. And then hope, like, if you're on the mediums and you can put the hards on, run them to the end. I mean, you're going to have safety cars most likely to keep it, so I don't think you're going to have that issue. But Hitch was over a second gap before he got, before the safety car came out, so I don't know. Do you think anybody can run the hard mediums out to the end? I don't think so right now. I think Hitch was going to, thought of it, but didn't. Janus thought of it, but didn't. Is anybody going to the pits? Looks like they're all staying out. Apparently they're all staying out. Hopefully there's a pretty quick safety car, so I'll be back as soon as this safety car ends. So safety car's going in this lap. Looks like nobody pitted on this safety car, so it is the same order as it was when the safety car came out. So let's see what Hitch does in this safety car. Just restart, see if he can keep the position. See what happens. Puts them all up behind him, and let's see how this goes. And then let's see when will Hitch go. He went there, and he gets a slightly better restart this time. Gets a little bit of a gap on. JNF's not close enough to make anything happen. Bullet had a pretty terrible restart. Hold her down, going around the outside. See if he can get P3 on this restart. Bullet trying to stay there. Looks like Hold Her Down. They got a little squirrely on the exit, but Hold Her Down looks like we'll be up front of Beat the Bullet by the time they get to turn 3. Bullet trying to get a better exit, but nothing happened there on the exit. So Molly Dragon trying to look to get past Freebird, looking to the inside, going up the hill, and still stuck behind him. Looks like Bedhead trying to make a move on. Collision with Do It For Dale and Flares. Looks like Mikey and Bedhead battling for position as well. Molly Dragon still trying to get past Freebird. And Bullet staying on the heels of Hold Her Down. So let's see if any of these positions can change. On this next straight, is Bullet going to get close enough? No, he had a lesser exit. But Molly Dragon looks to the outside of Freebird. Can you get there before him? He can. Bullet's also going to try to go around the outside and make it to the inside of the next turn. Let's see who'll have the better exit. Freebird has a better tires, and he will get a better exit than Bullet. Will be to the inside of the final 2 turns. But oh wow! So we had Bullet stayed on the outside. I think he gave him no space. So Freebird just kind of stuck in there and hoped it stuck, but it did not. So Molly Dragon gets past him. Mikey Hunter on the outside, and then Bedhead also. Draken at the P8 right now, gets past Printed Planet. So Printed Planet also dropped down to P10, gets passed by Flares as well. And then Do It For Dale also gets speeding up pit lane. So that's a tough break for him. So Mikey trying to stay at the back of Molly Dragon. Molly Dragon is also trying to catch the back of Hitch. So right now, currently, Hold Down's in a pretty good position. If he can make those hards last to the end, JNips and Hitch still need to pit once. Bullet's in a pretty good position to get a podium. I think if he can make, like I said, if he can make those hards last to the end, he should be okay. Same with, Molly Dragon. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Flares is getting close to the back of Draken, so let's see, can Flares make a move? So DRS should be enabled this time down this front straightaway, so first time they'll be able to use it is down the back stretch. Hold her down is outside of DRS range, so the only DRS spots available right now is Mikey on Moldy, and then Flares on Draken, and fastest lap of the race for MK Hitch. So we'll see. Just kind of see what we have. So Mikey is outside of a second to Dragon, so he will be susceptible to Bedhead behind him. And then Draken's got 3 seconds back on Bedhead, so he is outside the range, but Flares should be in a good position to get past Draken potentially in the next DRS train as well. So a small DRS zone right here. Anything crazy happened up here. So it looks like Mikey's within a second of Moldy. Is using his DRS though. Moldy is not so much. Let's see what happens on this next straight if Mikey can get close enough to make anything happen. Bullet is also trying to get within DRS, I'm assuming, of Hold Her Down. And not really getting close enough. Mikey's not getting close enough to do anything. Bedhead's getting pretty close. Flares is okay on Draken there, but nothing really happening there either. So the main thing is gonna be down the front straight to see if any of these guys get a good run. Mikey got a pretty poor run, but Bedhead got a good run on Mikey. So can Bedhead get him something moved on going on into turn 1? Gaining slightly, but not enough. Flares might get something though. Printer got a really good exit. Flares did not. So Printed up to P9 going into turn 1. Trying to stay the inside. Flares running wide, but stays there. Keeps the position. Looks like Bedhead trying to get past Mikey as well and could not make anything happen down that front straight. So Some good battles back here. Draken is 16 laps on those mediums, so he's going to probably have to pit sooner than later. Flair spun going through that turn, so that's kind of crazy there. Freebird's coming around there, but keeps her wide, so we're okay there. So the guys that are struggling in the back will probably be Draken on those mediums, Freebird and Flair. So those guys will probably have to pit before the end of this. I'd probably put hards on and try to go to the end if it stays green, which I'm assuming it probably will, and the majority of the field is out. So Printed is on the back of Draken yet. This DRS straight, let's see if Printed can make anything happen since there's nobody in front of him to not get anything out of anything. Printed flying up to a half a second. Bullet spun, so he dropped some spots. So can Mikey, he's within DRS and Moldy Dragon, he's going to make something happen. We have a yellow to this whole stretch, so he's not going to be able to pass. So he gets outside of that, so with fast lap for 1:14.5 for Mikey. So Printed also gets to the inside of Draken, which had no DRS. So that's the reason why that pass happened, looks like. So, but Printed spun, so that gives Draken a position back. Tough luck for Printed. So we have yellow through that section. So Mikey's still trying to stay the back of Moldy. Bedhead still trying to stay the back of Mikey. So I'm interested to see if any of these medium runners can make it to the end. Top three guys are kind of just walking away from everybody. So MKH leading, J-Nips in second, Holder Down in third, Moldy Dragon fourth, and Mikey Hunter in fifth is your top five. The only real action we have right now is these couple spots for P4. So let's see, can Mikey make anything happen? So Hitch got the fast lap of the race back for Mikey. So Mikey's not close enough to Moldy. Moldy's trying to get out of that range, and then I think Bedhead will try to make a move once he gets close enough and he's out of that range. So Bedhead's just trying to bide his time right now. So just kind of waiting to see if any of these guys up ahead here make pit stops. Holder Down's trying to get within the DRS range of J-Nips. It looks like right now Holder Down is in good prime position to get that spot. So J-Nips is pinning, prop it for a wing. And Flares is also trying to pit. So they both try to pit at the same time. That's kind of strange. So Freebird also is 14 lap old hot mediums. I don't know if Freebird can make it to the end. Printed is putting softs on. So let's see if Printed can make it to the end. Flares is also putting softs on. So let's see if they can make it to the end. If they do, they might be able to get something out of it. Maybe a points position anyways. So we have a couple of DRS close battles right now. Mikey's still within a second of Moldy. Bedhead lost a couple tenths that lap, so he's got to see if he can get back in there. So he had a better entrance, but a poor exit. So Mikey's outside of second. So let's see if he's did not have DRS. So this is gonna be Bedhead's chance to try to make a move. On the inside of Mikey, he's not close enough on this straight, but since Moldy is outside that second, the next straight is you can use to catch up to him and then use the final straight to make a pass. So this is where he's going to have to try to be methodical and try to get past him carefully. And now Mikey's just back inside the DRS range, so it could just be a recharge moment. Moldy is dumping the ERS. Bedhead does not have, or has quite a bit of DRS or ERS to be honest. So that's where he's going to be saving. That's where he's going to be good at. So Mikey is now outside of a second. So Bedhead should be like, oh, Bedhead spawn going through the left-hander before the DRS straight. So tough break for him. He's got to get going before Bullet catches up. Let those tires cool down. And then looks like Hitch pits. No, Hitch spun. That's crazy. Hitch spun going into the second to last turn. So Hitch is going to make up some spots. Looks like Moldy Dragon got to the back of Holder Down. DRS for both these guys, so it looks like that's going to tighten everybody up. Moldy looking at the inside of Holder Down. Gets to turn one first. Is he going to get ahead? Looks like potentially Moldy Dragon could get the spot. Stays ahead into turn three. Looks like he gets the spot. So MKH is putting out mediums and is away. So that's going to be his stop for the race. So Moldy Dragon up to P2 right now. Let's see if he can catch the back of J-Nips. Hold around P3, Mikey P4. So those guys are all real close. So Hitch has, let's see how far back Hitch is. So Hitch has 22-second gap to make up on these guys. So penalties right now, we have just one 5-second penalty. We have a couple stops for everybody. Position changes right now. Biggest gainer is holding out up 16 spots because he had that qualifying ban. Draken is up 10. Biggest loser that's still running is Hitch right now currently, but he is he just pitted. So we're going to put back on the tires when everybody's running. Freebird and Draken are the two guys with the high laps on the mediums. Are they going to make it to the end? Let's see. So right now, Moldy Dragon is still within a second of J-Nips. Can you make something? The light's not flashing in the back of his car, but the light is flashing in the back of J-Nips' car. So DRS open for all these guys. So we have a DRS train up front. Hitch is getting closer to the back of Draken, but it looks like J-Nips did keep a decent gap on Moldy. Only lost about 2/10 down that straight, so we're just going to see if Moldy can catch up to the back end before the end of this thing. Hitch is down within a second and a half of his teammate. It's like Flair spun on the back straight. Holder down is outside of a second now, so he's got to stay there or he's going to be susceptible to Mikey behind him for the last podium position. Like I said, J-Nip still has to pit, so Moldy does not really need to fight him at all in this. Mikey lost. It. That was a decent save. Good save for Mikey there. I said Moldy does not really need to fight him at all because he still has to pit. He's only in the car left in this race to still have to pit. So is Draken going to hold off his teammate or is he going to keep him back there? So it'll be interesting how long he's going to keep him there. Team game, I would not hold up too much because he's got fresher tires, but Draken doesn't do things that way. Lets him go. DRS for Hitch. Get some DRS down this next straight. So see what's going to happen. Looks like there's this teammate passing the lap car. Looks like Mikey looking the inside of Holder down, trying to make a move because he's ahead going into turn 2. He did squeeze him slightly, but that was fair. And now Mikey's trying to hunt down Moldy Dragon. So Flair's letting these guys pass. He's getting blue flags. Moldy's still within a second of J-Nips. Like I said, he just kind of has to ride there because, like I said, he still has to pit. It's just 10 seconds behind Bedhead. See how much time he gained in this so far. Hitch is only gained a second since he pitted. So that's the only downside of going the long game first, is you don't know what safety cars are going to be like and you don't know when you get up to pit. So Mikey spun through that turn, so that gives the position back to Holder down. He's just being smart and letting the guys pass that are coming up here, so he drops down to 6th position. So Holder down is good there, solid P3. Probably be 2 at the end of this. Unless something crazy happens. But Moldy Dragon is staying right in the back of J-Nips, so let's see what's going to happen here. No red lights flashing, so they got a decent amount of ERS currently. J-Nips will have to pit, and there he goes. J-Nips is going in the pit, so that gives Moldy Dragon the lead. Puts J-Nips in second, Bullet in P3 currently, unless we have any crazy penalties happening. So medium's coming out for him, and that'll probably drop him down close to where Hitch was currently. So let's see where he comes out. So he comes out. Will he get ahead of Hitch? Staying long, did that help him stay ahead of Hitch or not? It will. So staying out an extra lap gave him the overcut on him there. So that's not too bad there. But now he's going to get past coming through here because he's got the cold tires. So Hitch up to P6. A second and a half behind Mikey. So we're just kind of all spread out now. Kind of see what kind of battles we got here. Bedhead is trying to stay at the back of Bullet. I'm surprised Dragon's making those mediums last that long. That's impressive. Soft tires for Printed and Flares in the back. Rolly's got a 2.5 second lead right now on Holder down. He just has to ride it out. Gotta make 10 more laps on those hards, so he should be able to as long as he's smooth. Holder down's gonna be stretching those hards. I don't know what those tires will be like at the end of the race. Bullet's kind of hanging out there in that 7 seconds back range. Bedhead is currently P4. Mikey's P5. Kind of susceptible to Hitch. Hitch got DRS behind him. So he is gaining some on the fresher tires. which I have a second, so Hitch will probably try to make a move on him here in the next lap or so. It pretty looks like he's within 0.3 of a second of Do It For Dale too, so he's trying to make a move into the final 2 turns. See, he's probably gonna make some, or Hitch gonna make something happen going down here. He's trying to stay to the inside of Mikey. Nothing happening, so we kind of just go back and forth here because we do have a couple of decent battles between the 2 of these guys. So we're going down the main straight, so it looks like ERS for both these guys. Flashing line in the back of Do It For Dale. Trying to go on the round, try to go on the outside, but Do It For Dale holds him there, so good job by him. Let's see. Hitch is going to be the back of Mikey. Gotta get past the blue flags. So Hitch is now within 0.3 of a second of the guy in front of him. And then we'll have DRS off of Mikey, so this should be a fairly simple pass, especially with fresher tires. So got the DRS open, just trying to go around the outside, and we'll get ahead of him before turn 1. Just got to ride around the outside, take a long way around, and be clear before the exit of the turn. So now he's got a 5-second gap to Bedhead, and then about a 7-second gap to Bullet. So I would assume probably podium would be shooting for here, but those guys on the hards in front have older tires, so those can be kind of hard to see if you can keep that way. See if you can make those tires last the guys up front. If I was Mikey, try to stay in that DRS range as long as possible. See if you can catch up to the back one, maybe get another spot if someone makes a mistake. Draken is still on those old mediums, 25 lap old mediums. Can he make these things to the end? Freebird on the back of him though. Freebird at 21 lap old mediums. Can he make those ones last to the end? See if he can make a move on the back of Draken. Can you make a move up to P8? So DRS open for Freebird. Is he gonna try to make a move going down this straight? Flashing light for Freebird as well, so not gonna be as easy to catch up to him. Looks to the inside of Draken. Can you make, nope. He's gonna see this position and try to make something happen down the DRS straight. That was probably smart. So he actually did lose a little bit of time on the exit there as well. So Draken's doing really good on those old mediums. DRS open. Prix will not be close enough either to make anything happen down this next straight. Trey Nips is up to within 0.3 of a second of Mikey. His tires are finally fired off, so he's getting some pace now. The lead is now up to 3.8 seconds, so Moldy's got a really good gap there. And 7 seconds from P2 to P3, so top 3 got it pretty good, and then the guys behind are just trying to catch up. I mean, those older tires, they got to be feeling them. DRS open for J-Nips, trying to see if he can get close to Mikey. Probably nothing happened on this straight, but next straight he probably will be trying to make a move. Go down the front straight. See DRS open for J-Nips. 4/10, 3/10 down to 2. Mikey looking to the inside to defend. And then that puts J-Nips around the outside. Can he keep it there? Bedhead pitted for softs. So, but J-Nips is still the outside of Mikey. Can he make it to the inside of turn 3? And he will be there in the braking zone. And he'll stay side by side with Mikey. Who will have the better exit? Looks like Mikey will run the outside, but J-Nips gets the better exit with his fresher tire. So J-Nips will get ahead 4 or 5 turns later. That was a pretty good pass. Now Freebird's pitting, probably for sauce. Flares is pitting. Yeah, Freebird's pitting, so that leaves him out there. Dragon, I think, is going to try to get these to the end. I would be surprised if it does happen. Pitted, puts Dale up to P9 with Freebird pitting. Mikey's outside of a second. Hitch is up to P4, so he's got 3.8 seconds to gain on Bullet to get to the podium. With coming on 5 laps to go, I think, or are we on 6 laps to go? Yeah, we are on 5 laps to go currently. So I don't know if Draken's gonna be able to get those tires at the end. I would be impressed if he does. He's slow, not the greatest pace, but he is keeping there. Mikey, 1.3 seconds back on JNIPS is the closest battle right now. And then we're all kind of spread out and don't have a whole lot of cars left on the track. We're just kind of taking her easy. I think Bedhead's going for fast lap point. Draken is pitting, so see if Draken's going to keep the position, if he can get ahead of Dale, but I think Dale's going to pass him. Soft tires on for Draken. He might get out ahead of Dale, it'll be close. It'll be yellow, everybody's going again. So Draken is out, he'll be out behind Dale, so Dale will get the position out ahead of him. That was a pretty impressive stint by them though. So 5 laps remaining. Nothing really close as far as battle-wise. Draken might catch the back and do it for Dale before this, depending on what his pace is with these softs. Hitch has gained 2.6 seconds on the back of Bullet. So if he gets the back of Bullet, that's going to be a decent battle. He'll still have the fresher tire, so he can potentially make a move happen. What else? Who else we got? Boulder Dragon, as long as he doesn't mess up, will stay in P1. To win in the Monday nights. Other than that, just kind of biding their time. So we do have a battle between Do It For Dale and Draken, but he's not close enough to make anything happen yet. It's just down to 1.7 seconds. So I feel like his goal is probably podium, and he would probably be happy with it. So fastest sector 2 of the race. Backing up to 1.1 seconds behind Do It For Dale. Hitch behind 1.1 seconds behind Eat the Bullet. So I think this will be an interesting battle here between the two of them. Don't know how much Bullet's going to fight him with those older tires. So it'll be interesting to see what each of the Alpines do. See if they can gain a spot to get some points in this. Both Haas drivers in points, both Ferrari drivers in points. So it's a big points day for some of these teams. Red Bull is bottom half of the field, no points at all. Williams, no points. Alfa Romeo, no points, unfortunately. So you have some flip sides here. Got a lot of double points for some teams. So Draken within 7/10, Hitch within 6/10. So we got a couple different battles in this one. So we'll go to Draken first because he's coming down the main straight. See if he can make a move if he's close enough to do it for Dale. We'll go back to Hitch, see if he can make something happen. Hitch is not going to make anything happen going down that straight. Draken is up to 3/10. Look at the inside. That was a dive. That was a dive. Holy cow. That was kind of an overzealous dive. So he lost a lot on the exit. So Hitch coming down was within 1/10 of Bullet down that straight, but he's going to get a better exit coming down the front straight. And Bullet's going to defend the inside. And then it's going to just let Hitch walk right around the outside. And it's going to be ahead before they get to turn 1. Bullet stays side by side, so he did break a little bit later, try to keep the position, but then Hitch walked around the outside and gets P3. So he does have a little ways to go before he catches Holder down. With 3 laps, it's going to be a tough task. So I'll jump back down here to this. Oh, and then Draken spun trying to get past Hitch. That's going to put him close, potentially in the path of. Yeah. So he's out of the way of the leaders. Smart, and he's going to hopefully stays out of the way of Holder down, and he should be good to go now. So, crazy race there that we have going on. So, coming up to 2 laps to go, Moldy Dragon is keeping the lead. Got a 5.9 second gap on Holder down, so he can just cruise to victory on this one, and hopefully he keeps it smooth. I don't know if he does. We'll take a look at the stats here to see if Moldy Dragon has any wins for this season so far. Let's see what his stats are. So, Monday nights, we're going to go to Moldy. So, for Moldy Dragon, of the races he's entered, he's finished 4. Well, that's 7. 49 points, so I think he's currently tied for 5th. 1 win so far, 1 pole, 1 podium. So this will put him 2 podiums and 2 wins. And so far so good, yeah. So let's see what happens here for the rest of this. But with some other drivers back in the points, let's see the front guys again. See the guys that are up front. So Hitch is running, Bullet's running, but they're both behind him. So Mosley again on them. Bedhead is way down the grid, 7th. Holler Down is right behind him. So seems to be some moving around there. J Nips is down to 5th. Baker didn't race, so that's gonna move Do It For Dale up above him. Seek did not finish. So it's just kind of interesting to see where everybody shakes out. So we're on the final lap of the race. Moldy Dragon is leading by 6.8 seconds over Holder Down. Holder Down is starting to struggle with tires. You can tell he is. Hitch P3, 2.4 seconds behind Holder Down. I don't know if he can catch him in the end of this unless Holder Down messes up. Bullet is to 4th right now, catching the back of a couple guys racing for position. Bullet is now to P4. Janus P5. Mikey P6, Bedhead P7, Doofdale P8, Freebird P9, Draken P10. Draken is currently in the last point spot. Printed in 11th and Flares in 12th. So, and then Draken got a penalty for ignoring blue flags. And he's gonna let him by now. So, going into the last sector. Moldy Dragon coming on to finish this race out here. This is one of Moldy Dragon's favorite tracks, I think. Based off everything, every time I talk to him, he likes Netherlands. And this gap is really showing otherwise. So, taking his second one of the Monday Night Series, Moldy Dragon wins at Netherlands. Freebird comes across the line in 9th. Holder Down coming across to finish in 2nd. We'll take a look at Holder Down stats real quick to see what his run is like. Hitch spins, so he will lose some spots. Bullet is P3. Janus P4. Mikey coming across to finish 5th. Hitch will finish 6th, so he did spin coming across the line, or last sector. Bedhead will finish in P7. Doofdale P8. So we're looking at Holder Down stats right now. So Holder Down, that was his 4th podium of the season. He has finished 6 of the races that he's in. Yeah, so not too bad for him, and Hitch still gets some decent points, and so does Bedhead, so Bullet potential is gaining on him, so not too bad. I'm going to go over the standings results here real fast again, and then we will see you guys all next week. Holder Down also gets Driver of the Day, which is slowly so because he the Moldy Dragon does get the win though, so pretty good there. And like I said, Holder Down in 2nd, and then beat the Bullet in P3. So that was a good podium. So we'll go through the race results real fast again, and then we'll sign off for this week. So currently, Moldy Dragon 1, Holder Down 2nd, Bullet P3, Janet's 4th, Mikey P5, Hitch gets fast lap of the race 1:13.3, and then Bedhead P7, Dufdale P8, last car on the lap, Freebird P9, and Printed Planet last point position in P10. Draken P11, Flares P12, Pitterson 13th, and Shady 14th are the guys that there. Red War in 15th, Bomb in 16th, J Turn 17th, Iron Bogs 18th, Cloaking in 19th, and Seek in 20th. So we'll see you guys all next time.